am back with a new shell challenge, and this one is actually one of my favorites, I think. This is hashtag sarahkendalll on the gallery. You've got a lot of space. You've got this first floor and you have this second floor, and I didn't do any interior walls, so you can kind of have fun with it. If you don't know what a shell challenge is, it's where I give you this shell, this exterior walls of a structure, and you can turn it into whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be a house, but the outside walls have to stay the same. You can't do that. You can't draw a whole new room. Just don't. But as always, you can add interior walls to make a floor plan. You can add balconies. You can do whatever you want except change the walls. So let's get into the speed build of what I did with this. So this is one of those speed builds that I might call a greatest hits speed build. I had to cut out a bunch of stuff because it took us 2 3-hour streams to even start the upstairs. So I kind of showed like a little bit of one thing and then I cut out the rest, or I showed just the end of figuring out the layout of a room or something like that. But we actually built this in Strangerville because I wanted to do a build for my Not So Berry Plum gen. We are just starting the Not So Berry Plum gen over on Twitch, and if you don't know what that challenge is, I'll link the rules down below. It's basically a 10 generation legacy challenge where each generation is themed off of a different color, so they have different traits, different activities, different careers and skills that they have to complete. And we are starting the 5th generation. This is the longest time I've ever played a single Sims family. I usually get to 2 or 3 generations and I give up. But one of the rules for the Not So Berry Plum gen is that your sim has to live in 3 different worlds over the course of their life. So our sim, her name is Alexia. She grew up in Brindleton Bay, and then now she is currently in Brightchester going to university. And we were all like, what if we move her to Strangerville? Like, that kind of makes sense with our narrative for her. So that's why I'm building this in Strangerville. Also, Strangerville is one of my favorite worlds. I don't think I've actually talked about it enough, and I do really want to do a video ranking all of the worlds in The Sims. But Strangerville is just gorgeous. Also, I'm looking at this now, and the way that the river in the back and like the rocks and everything, it reminds me so much of the new Fortnite map near Condo Canyon and Chunker Speedway. You know, I famously am a Fortnite fan, but there's a section of the map that looks so similar to this. And so I don't know if you remember, I think it was sarahkendalll 6 maybe, where we did the Barbie Dream Home-esque shell. This definitely is similar to that in vibes, in color, and that's because we did pink and purple. Mainly, we added in the pink truly because there is not enough purple swatches in the game. And I think you will probably notice this throughout the build, that there are very limited purple swatches and they don't all even match with each other. And I know, wait, it's so wild that I'm literally wearing purple as I'm filming this. I did not plan that. I actually didn't even know if I wanted to wear a tank top. It's become like a fake thing that I don't show my shoulders on my videos and on my stream. And that's literally not even for any reason. I just was like, I don't think I ever wear sleeveless shirts when I'm filming or when I'm streaming. And then I've just always kind of joked like, hee hee, shoulder reveal. So shoulder reveal. Anyway, back to the build. We really fit this in with the Strangerville vibe. Like, I have built houses in Strangerville before, but mainly just because I really liked the lot and I wasn't thinking of how it fit in with the rest of the houses in the world. But this house fits in so well. We did the little roof accents. We like sloped in the roofing. There's those huge front porches and back porches. There is a front and back porch on each of the floors, which I think is really interesting. And you'll probably notice at the end, I was like running out of ideas. I was like, we have so much porch space, outdoor space. Like, we have so much space that we've already used for certain things. Like, what do we do? But another thing for the Plum gen of Not So Berry is that your sim is supposed to master 3 skills and achieve level 8 and I think 6 other skills. So we needed a skill building house, and you will definitely be able to see that as well. I think I built this house in a little bit of a different way than I built other shell challenge houses, and that is because I do plan to play in this. So I kind of was thinking more functionality, more things that I will need to actually have in the house rather than just making it look the prettiest possible. That second bedroom, which you will see way later, is not something that I normally would do in a build. It's like, it has a little bassinet so that it can be a nursery eventually, but there's also skill building, there's sitting areas, there's everything that you could ever want. But yeah, the roofing took a really long time, so I did just like leave a few little bits in there. Oh my gosh, deciding the windows and deciding the doors. I cut a ton of that out just because, I don't know, it's something about when I log on to stream, when I am live streaming with chat and we can bounce ideas off of each other, I become the slowest builder in the world. And I think that's okay. Like, I would much rather like take the time to talk to chat and like find out what everybody else thinks and like take suggestions than just try and speed through a build. The only time that ever really frustrates me is when I do the speed builds MacLeod's because I have to like cut around it so often. And we went with that like mauve-y, purple-y wall on the inside as well. And I don't know, we didn't really have a lot of good wall swatches. We didn't really have a lot of good anything swatches. I don't even think we did purple kitchen counters. Like, I'm using these ones from the Country Kitchen Kit, and I really do like those, but they were not the swatch of purple that I really wanted. I think we end up doing Parenthood maybe. But the layout of this kitchen, I obviously knew I wanted it to be kind of that L shape, but then I was like, but if we put the fridge there, then it's kind of weird. And then we decided we wanted to do a half wall. And then I was like, maybe we'll do another actual full wall piece and then a half wall in between. And it was like, what if we put some laundry in there, which I think we did as well. So there were a lot of different ways that this build could go. And that's what I like about shell challenges, especially ones like this where I gave you a lot of space on the inside. It is so open to interpretation. I like seeing what everybody else does. And tours, I forgot to mention tours. They are going to be this Sunday and Tuesday, the 26th and the 28th, both at 12 p.m. Eastern. I normally do 12 p.m. and then Tuesday at 5 p.m. But for my personal scheduling purposes, we are going to do them earlier on the Tuesday. And as always, I'm open to doing other days of tours. I'm open to even doing just a half day of tours if we need to do that. And if you are down for that, my Discord is the best place to put that suggestion in there. And I also wanted to shout out, I plan on uploading this on Friday, though we know maybe it'll be up on Saturday. But I am charity streaming this weekend for the It Gets Better project, and we are trying a brand new Sims Legacy challenge that was written by so many of like my good Simmer friends. It is called the Road to Rainbow Challenge, and it is just focused on celebrating queer stories, queer experiences, and I'm really excited to test it out in The Sims. So Friday and Saturday, the 24th and 25th, are going to be charity streams, and I'm super excited. Do make sure that you are following over on Twitch if you are not already. We've been having so much fun over there, and yeah, I would love to see you over there. Speaking of having fun on other social platforms, last week I had my most viral video on TikTok ever, and I don't want to sound braggy. I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself. I am just stating a fact. It was my most viral video ever. As of right now, it has 19.8 million views. That is the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the most bizarre thing that I have ever heard in my life. All I did was make a silly little video building an entryway in The Sims. I was starting, every room has the same size but a different budget, and I just made the entryway video and I uploaded it, and like, it was doing the most average numbers that first day. And then the second day, it had 1 million views in 19 hours. And then it had like 2 million views and then 3 million. And I was like, what is going on? Like, guys, it wasn't even that good of a video. But who knows? The TikTok algorithm certainly thought so. I don't know what it was about that video, but I know a lot of you have found my YouTube channel then from finding me through that video. And if you are watching this from TikTok, leave me a comment down below. Make sure that you let me know. And welcome officially to the Sarah Kendall community if I did not get to welcome you yet. But I do upload my long form content here. And a lot of people were complaining about that on TikTok. They were like, why aren't you doing a whole house in one video? Like, come on, like, why would you make this multiple parts? Like, people were genuinely very upset about that. And it didn't even upset me that much that people were complaining so much about it. People were being really rude about it. But I was like, this is what I've always done. This is what has worked for me as a creator. My community knows that's how we do it here on TikTok. Someone legitimately was like, I don't know why she doesn't just make a YouTube channel and upload the build challenges on YouTube. That one got me so good. I did have to laugh at that one because if you aren't aware, I do have a YouTube channel where I do upload these build challenges. But anyway, I am moving on from the negativity of the TikTok comments. That is my New Year's resolution of 2022, and I was not really that good at it. Even though virality can bring so many trolls and haters, which it literally did bring so many trolls and haters, it also brings so many new wonderful community members and just people who would not have seen my content before and are just happy to, you know, hang out and watch The Sims and share the love of The Sims with everybody. And so if you are new here, I do love you. I love you all so much. And if you haven't watched a speed build before, as you can probably tell, we're probably, what, 9 minutes into this? They're very chatty. They're where the build kind of plays in the background. I talk about the build a little bit. I talk about my life a little bit. You know, it's kind of like a little catch up. The living area, don't even get me started on the living area of this house. Holy guacamole. We probably spent, if you were there on the Twitch stream, you probably remember this. We probably spent an hour alone just trying to figure out what the layout should be. I did not know what the vibes were. I did not know what the best feng shui was. You know, with feng shui, like one of the big things is like energy comes through the door. So you don't want to like block that energy because then it feels weird. And I totally get that. I totally understand that. And so I was like, I want to squeeze that dining table back a little bit so it's not in that hallway where all that movement is going to be. But as a result of that, it is kind of going to be right by that door to the back porch. But we ended up figuring it out. We did a little round table and I think it's super cute. And again, this is definitely for functionality, for practicality, for my Not So Berry Plum gen, because we are actually going to live and play in this house. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I did a speed build? Did we talk about, no, we did talk about the new kits and how much I like them. Yeah. We didn't talk about the werewolf werewolves pack. I don't think I'm gonna make a video that's just like my full review of the werewolves pack unless people are really demanding it. It's just kind of not like the content that I normally do. So I don't even think it would be a video that people would want to see that much. So I'll tell you here. I love the werewolves pack. I think this might be one of the best packs that The Sims has released. And I always try to emphasize that my personal opinion is going to be different from your personal opinion. If you hate the werewolves pack, that's also a valid opinion. But coming from me, I don't know how much I really let on in my reaction video to the trailer, how much I don't really like occults, I don't really play with them, they're just not for me. But you can go back to that video because I'm sure I said something about it. I was very skeptical after the trailer. I was like, ugh, yikes, I don't know about this one. We played through it all last weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on Twitch, and my VODs are definitely still up from that, and if you're watching this way later, they're probably up on my VODs channel, which I'm trying to get back in action. I've been uploading more on there, but if you want to see the werewolves pack, you can definitely pop over and watch those past Twitch streams. The build buy, I like it way more than I thought I would. I really enjoy it, even just for a few small items, like the little crescent moon lamp, the crescent moon mirror. The windows are really cute, the door's really cute. I definitely thought it would be 100% like grungy rundown stuff that you would only ever use in grungy rundown builds, but it has some good items. And the Create-A-Sim, I think I said, didn't I say like in the trailer reaction, I was like, if I'm excited for anything in this pack, it is the Create-A-Sim. And I was right. I was excited about the Create-A-Sim, and I do love the Create-A-Sim. I think all of the clothes are super cute. I think I probably would have liked a little more hairs, but I definitely think it is a great pack for that. And then the gameplay, you know, I wasn't always a gameplay person. I would say I'm more 50-50 gameplay and building nowadays, but there is really good werewolves gameplay. Like, it has the same like tier thingy that the vampires have. I haven't even really played with vampires or spellcasters, so I barely even know. It's that same vibe, it's that same energy. There's a lot to do. The only thing that I would really say is that I wish you could make your own werewolf pack. The world comes with, or the pack comes with 2 werewolves packs, and I know it gets so confusing when you're talking about the werewolf pack and then werewolf packs within the werewolf pack. That was a mouthful. There are 2 wolf packs in the werewolves pack, in the werewolves world. There's the Moonwood Collective and the Wild Fangs, and one is like very diplomatic and calm and gentle and whatever. And then the other is more like rowdy, raging, all about being the most powerful and stuff like that. I wish that maybe they could take some of those mechanisms from Get Together in terms of forming your own club and maybe bring that to the werewolves pack in terms of making your own pack, because that is one of the most common complaints I've seen as well. I think the world is gorgeous. It has as much of an open world feel as you're going to get with The Sims 4, because there's a lot that you can do from any of the lots. Like, there are other like community areas that aren't a separate lot that you can kind of walk over and do more things with and not have to go through a loading screen. So I do really like that. Oh, I just spilled my water. Yay. Anyway, where are we in the build? Let me see. What am I looking at? The main bedroom of the house. I put that really bright purple on the walls because I was like, it's so fun. We love pops of color. I do change it to a more subdued one. Spoiler alert. And I end up really liking how this main bedroom turns out. I add a little bit of clutter. It just kind of feels nice and lived in. And I like that there's a desk as well for those computer skills like video gaming and programming and writing if you need. And I used the side tables from Island Living with that bed from Eco Living, and they actually go together super nicely. One of those like highlights or streaks in the wood is a very similar color to the pillow on the Eco Lifestyle bed. So that's really fun. And then we did do a little TV area, and I'm sitting the TV on one of the new items from the werewolves pack. It's like 2 trunk cases things stacked on top of one another, and it functions as a dresser, I believe. And I just thought that that looked really cute. And then, you know, I love the tiny living poof with a tray on top of it. It's just like my favorite thing. And then in the bathrooms, and I think in the kitchen as well, I ended up using those Jungle Adventure tiles. This always happens with shell challenges, is that when we tour them, I see people using those Jungle Adventure tiles, and I'm like, I love those tiles so much. Like, they're some of the best in the game. And then I don't even know if I have ever used them in a build of my own before. I just love those tiles, but I never think to use them. And then when we were looking through, I think purple swatches of floor tiles, they showed up, and I was like, it is our time to shine. Yes. The layout of this bathroom is kind of questionable. It is not really my favorite, but it's definitely going to work. And the gallery paintings that I used in this build are by Janine's Buildings, another one of my favorite gallery painting creators. And I also didn't know what to do in that like top landing area of the hallway, but I think I used that seashell chair, and that also I think I've never used in a build before ever in my life. And then into the second bedroom here, I made it a little like elevated nursery area. That's a stretch. I really just put a bassinet in there with some chairs. But since I'm going to be playing in this house, like I think I made it a good like starting point for what I will be using it for. And then as my sim progresses through the generation and maybe gets married, has kids, whatever, we can repurpose the room as needed. And yeah, I put some knitting stuff, a yoga thing, I put photography. I basically am trying to get all of the skills covered, so no matter what, my sim will have a lot of options for whatever skill she wants to do. And something that I think is kind of funny about the Not So Berry challenge, or not really about the challenge, but about the way that we've played it, is that it really fit with my narrative when I did the gray generation. I really wanted to send them to university because they had a kind of sad life story. On their birthday, at their birthday party, they were having the party at that rooftop lounge with a pool in San Myshuno, and both of their parents were already elder. So my yellow gen and her husband. And so those parties tend to drag on for a while. I never even look at the time. I never really get the hint to like send the Sims home. Maybe the birthday party's over. I forget who went first, but one of them got in the pool, died. Everyone was really sad. Then the other one got in the pool and also died on the same evening, on the same night. Oh my gosh, wait, it's all coming back to me now. The reason that we were staying at that venue for so long after the party was over is because I wanted a nice family picture of the four of them. It was glitching out and I could not get the picture no matter what I tried. So everyone was really tired, and then especially when I do challenges, I'm always like, I'm not gonna cheat their needs. I want to do this as cheat-free as possible, but I should have just cheated their needs. But the funny thing is, in between the two Sims dying, somebody else randomly that we did not know at the bar also died, not from drowning in a pool, from literally something else that I don't even remember. I think those stream clips did make their way over to my TikTok if you do want to search and find those. That was months ago now though. But now we are on to the back porch and the back balcony areas. I threw the new little small telescope up there. I am so ecstatic about the small telescope. I was like, this is such a fun addition. I think the telescope gets the logic skill up, so I love that we had that big back balcony that we could throw the little telescope up there. I was never gonna put the big one in my yard like this. I think we had to for our mint gen of the Not So Berry, but I was not about to do it again. And you can probably tell I was a little tired of building once I got to the backyard here. I kind of was just like, I know I want a pool. I at least know that. So we did a nice big pool. We did more chaise longs, chaise lounges, chaise seats. I don't know what to call them. Chaises. Okay. Anyway, we did a couple of those, and then we did some landscaping, and I went into the debug to get the landscaping that matches up with the Strangerville world because I didn't even really know what to do. I know how to landscape Oasis Springs pretty similarly to how the world looks, but I haven't normally done this with Strangerville, so I just kind of grabbed some stuff. And the good thing about having a house so high up on the foundation is you can kind of push the landscaping into it a little bit if you need to. But yeah, I ended up pulling up that Strangerville debug, I don't actually know if it's considered debug, landscaping, and finished off the landscaping. And so that is what I did with this build. Let's jump into the game and take a final look. Right, so this is the house. I love it so much. I think it looks so good. We might end up adding like some more skill building activities, anything out on the sides of the yard here. Here's the roofing. I really love this. You can see it's pretty similar to the other houses around. And then we've got the front porch over here. I love it. Look at that. That's your view. And then I think I accidentally lost the footage of the entryway. This is the entryway, nothing too wild. And this is the kitchen. I really went in on the clutter on this one. Did I not? Wow. And then this is the layout of the living and dining area that we went with. Basically just kind of threw in a bunch of skill building items over here. And then this is the downstairs bathroom, very purple, very functional. And then you come up here to the hallway and then into the main bedroom. And I really liked the cactus picture because like obviously it's Strangerville, so it's the vibe. And there's the bed area, second bathroom with the closet, and then this flex space, let's call it. You have the front balcony up here. I might add a little more to that now that I look at it again. And then the back balcony, chess table, we've got telescope, we've got sitting areas. I wanted to actually count how many places there are to sit in this house because I feel like there's just too many. This is the back porch. We've got a place for the canvases, and then a grill, a table, a pool, and all of that. And there is the house from the back and the side. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me a like if you did. Subscribe for more videos. I have a really fun one coming next week. And don't forget to follow on Twitch if you want to see us actually play in this house. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!